afternoon, South Africa, and a very, very warm welcome to you. This is Afternoon Express. My name is Jeannie D. I hope you're having a wonderful day now that the days are getting warmer, the days are getting longer, and we love sharing the end of the day with you. Now, the 2nd of October has been globally recognized as the International Day of Non-Violence. The United Nations describes the background of the day as a call to disseminate the message of non-violence through education and public awareness, whether it be in a family setup, in a relationship, or at work. Safety is, of course, of paramount importance. There is nothing more significant, really, than creating spaces where people can feel valuable and accepted. So, on this special day, it's important to pause and reflect on the work of the people who are advancing powerful narratives. So, in studio today, we meet Princess Lutendo Letsi, who is a writer and poet. Her work revolves around stories of womanhood, speaking out against abuse, and taking back your own agency. Plus, we are joined by businesswoman and yoga instructor Kafui Awunar, and we also welcome award-winning author Andrew Newman. He chats to us about the importance of the last 20 minutes of a child's day, and his Conscious Bedtime Story series is purposefully geared at fostering wholesome relationships between children and parents. That's going to be a great story.
Good afternoon, South Africa. My name is Balisa Dembe, and welcome to Afternoon Express's Kitchen. Now, of course, we've got so much up our sleeves for you, but with me is, of course, Chef Roo. Chef Lutendo, welcome back to Afternoon.
Thank you so much.
What do you have cooking?
So we've got a vegetable fritter happening today. Nice snack, and then a creamy dip to go with it.
Sounds absolutely delicious. If you want to get the recipe sent to your device, SMS the keyword Clover to 33650. Remember, SMSs cost R1.50 and free SMSs do not apply. Now, you might be wondering and thinking, is this all that's cooking on SABC3? Absolutely not. We've got an exciting new reality show that is cooking on SABC3 called The Taste Master. Now, if you think that you've got what it takes to be the new ambitious chef to join the Afternoon Express family, we need to hear from you. Upload a video of yourself preparing a dish and explaining what makes you the perfect fit for Afternoon Express. Upload that video onto Twitter and Instagram using the hashtag TheTasteMasterZA, and who knows, you might be joining us in this kitchen. But for now, over to you, Jeannie.
So in light of today's theme, our first guest on the couch is writer and blogger Shayna Fife. She joins us to talk through her experience with abuse and how that led her to becoming a really successful blogger. Her blog, titled Into a Housewife, details an intimate and honest journey. Please welcome her to the show. How are you, Shayna?
Thanks. I'm good. How are you doing?
I am so good, and I absolutely enjoy your blog so much just because of the brutal honesty that you share in it. So it's called Into a Housewife,
yes.
But this is, that was a working title because it was something else before. What was it before?
I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say what it was before. It was called Just a Hoe with Babies.
Yeah.
The Into a Housewife is kind of how my life has changed, and now I got married, had children. But the blog that spoke about the gender-based violence specifically was the previous one.
The previous one. Why did you feel the need to write it?
So during the abuse, because I think the abuse went on up until the death of my abuser, I felt very alone. I think that abuse isolates you. Besides the physical part of it, there's a mental prison that you kind of put yourself into. Yeah. And I felt that everybody who loved me was tired of hearing about the things I was complaining about. And there was just this one day where I was sitting with my newborn baby and I was alone. And
your newborn baby whose father was the abuser?
Was the abuser, yes. Okay. And I just felt like I need to tell somebody, I just started writing. I was a journalist at the time, so writing was what I did. But I'd never sat down and written about myself. It was always about other people. And I just sat down and I wrote about it. And when I posted it, the response that came back kind of felt like, okay, wow, I've touched something, I've tapped into something. Yeah. And then I just kept writing, and that's how it grew, and I just kept doing it.
Can I tell you why you touched on something? Is because obviously the country is going through, and the world at the moment is going through such a radical epidemic of violence on women. I've been in an abusive relationship before. I think so many women have. I remember a piece that you wrote in your blog detailing how your abuser had put you in the car and drove purposefully to crash without you having a seatbelt on. Oh, the level of abuse. How, and I'm sure a lot of people want to know, how do you get to that point where you're in such a deeply abusive relationship and you're not getting out of it?
I think you get there very slowly because the abuse didn't start immediately. So I can only speak from my perspective and what I experienced, but it was slow. He was somebody I knew for a long time. We went to school together, we went to church together. We were best friends for about a year or so before we started dating, and I'd never seen that side of him. And as soon as I'd agreed to be his girlfriend, slowly I started to see changes.
Yeah.
And it's not big things. It didn't start with being physical. He didn't hit me the first time because then I would have left. It's kind of the more you fall in love, the more you notice the scary things. And then a year or so down the line, you in a car that's purposefully being crashed because the car did crash. He reversed into a wall to hurt me. Luckily, I was fine, but how it got to that moment, can I say that it was slow and fast at the same time?
Yeah.
Because when we're in that moment, I
your
did
life
think,
slows down at that speed, sure.
how did we get here? You just crashed the car. And you wanted to hurt me. But it's slow. You see them first, they pinch you, because that was the first thing that happened to me. I got pinched because I said something out of line. Exactly. I was told, why did you say that? And then the next time I got pinched and then got hugged too tightly. And you kind of think, am I being abused? Am I not being abused?
Yeah.
And then a couple of months later, you in a car
They
crash.
make as if you're going crazy.
I thought I was going crazy for a while.
So your blog details all of this with such beautiful writing and such beautiful details. You are now in a very happy, very loving relationship.
Yes, I am.
So I want to know that narrative, how it changes for you and how you will, like for a lot of people, it's difficult to allow yourself to be loved after being in such an awful relationship. So,
You're right.
So tell me about that growth that you've done.
So I think I still struggle with it. I'd be lying if I said I don't have emotional scars from my abusive relationship. A lot of the time now, even though I'm married and I've been with my husband for about 4 or 5 years now, I still have days where I'm scared of him. Like in my head, I have this, oh my God, oh my gosh, oh no, it's fine, you can relax, it's different now. But it's a slow thing. And it was also easy because I could tell him everything. My husband kind of had read my blog, sort of, before we started dating. So he kind of knew that he was stepping into...
Yeah. He had to have read it, I think, so that he knew how to love you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that helped a lot, but it's something that has to happen every day. I also like to talk through it with him. So when, let's say he touches my hand, it's hard to be intimate, and I mean intimate even as in holding hands. When the last time somebody held my hand, it was to pull me away or hit me, So now sometimes when he grabs my hand, then I kind of have a moment of scared. It's fear. But it's a day-by-day process.
And now you've learned that you've grown into a whole person and you know that you deserve that beautiful kind of love.
I do feel that way now.
Good.
I certainly do, especially now that I'm a mom.
Good. If you are going through an abusive relationship or if you have been before and you don't know how to get out of it, please do yourself a favor and go and read this very beautifully written blog. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
Absolutely, such an incredible story shared by Shayna. We thank you so much for being so open with us. And we continue the spirit of openness, pushing peaceful environments to live in as we catch up with Elita La Banda after the break. Every day, brave young kids around our country fight their own private battle against cancer. To show them that other kids and families have got their back, a portion of the proceeds from every NutriKids product sold will go to secure the next Clover NutriKids Choc Home in Port Elizabeth, a support base where children undergoing treatment and their families are accommodated, supported, and given a fighting chance against cancer.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express this Wednesday afternoon. When Mandisa Monakali's husband assaulted her, there were no crisis centres nearby, no counsellors who spoke her language, or anyone to stand up for her.
Now, this was the moment that sparked the idea to start up Elita La Banda, an organisation created to help fight the surge of violence in townships. Now, we're joined by Undumi and Uzoliswa, of course, from the Elita La Banda. Welcome to the Loft, ladies.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for being here today.
humble.
Tell us a little bit about how your organisation started and the kind of work that it does.
Right. Elita La Banda was conceived in 1989 by Mandisa Monakali. Because she was also a survivor, you know, of violence against women. We know that during that time, it was the time of apartheid, as we know. And then, because women didn't have a place where they could be able to pour their hearts, she established an organization called Elita La Banda, people that cares about people. And also remember, there were other organizations at that time who were doing this, but it were more of Afrikaans, English. So it was not a platform for those who are in the township expressing themselves in their own home language. So hence this baby child was born as Elita La Banda.
Beautiful. And what type of work do you do in this organisation?
The work that we do as an organisation, we offer counselling for, you know, survivors of violence against women, and also we give some legal advices, and also we talk of educational programs that are running at schools, and also awareness programs, and also we work very closely with the community leaders and religious leaders in our community. Remember, you cannot separate the two if you want to make a change and reach to people. That's how it works in our organization. And also with LGBTI people as well.
Yeah. What does Elita La Banda mean? People that care about people, is that what you said earlier?
Elita La Banda, it's when, you know, that's where your hope is. Elita, it's your hope.
Yeah.
La Banda, it's people.
Yeah.
So our vision and mission is to people who care about people. That is the best metaphor that one can take home with.
I can't imagine, like, being in a distressful situation where something happens to you and you need to get help and you need to find somebody to please help me. This is what's happened to me, and nobody is speaking your language and nobody's caring for you. So how does that, like, what are the steps that, like, what happens when a woman comes into you guys and says, this is what's going on? What steps do you take?
Because it's a walk-in center, so we open from 9 until 5, from Mondays until Fridays. So anyone is welcome to come in, and we turn no one away, even though our focus is women and children. But you would meet social workers, social auxiliary workers, as well as lay counselors. So, and we do reach people we try to meet, I mean, South Africa has 11 official languages. So we do try and reach out to as many people as possible.
What a beautiful, beautiful initiative, especially so that people can feel heard and then ultimately be helped.
Absolutely. And I can only imagine the types of stories that you hear, those kind of full circle moments that you have with people as you're engaging with them. A lot of people, though, do say that abuse, whether it's physical, emotional, financial, mental, they say it's something that is age-old, it's generational, it'll never die. So how many families have you been able to actively see change and affect?
I mean, our organization this year is celebrating 30 years.
Wow.
So you can imagine the statistics are very high. And especially now that this scourge has somehow plugged up again. So our fight is to really intensify the fight on the ground. So that's why it's so important that we, through our various initiatives and awareness programs that we have, I mean, from community engagements to reaching higher institutions of learning, UCT. Even now we were at CPUT engaging with some of the students. So we try to go out there and reach as many people as possible. And like I said, we turn no one away.
That's amazing. What kind of resources do you need and how do people help? Because I assume that it's all like volunteer-based, is it?
Yes, we do work with student volunteers, and yes, as like you're saying, resources are really needed if we're going to win this scourge. So funding, we always say in this sector, is a big thing. So from government to the private sector, I mean, yes, we do reach out to them, but unfortunately, we hardly get, it's difficult to get, even though we do partner with them. I mean, they will invite us on their wellness initiatives that they have. So we go out there and we fight the good fight. But it would be really, really wonderful if we can get them on board to support such initiatives.
And of course, for anyone at home wanting to get in touch with you, we'll put all of your details on our website. That's afternoonexpress.co.za. Thank you so much for all of the amazing work that you do. Wow.
Before we forget, on the 27th of November, we'll be having our international conference, and we'd love everyone to join us.
Wow.
As part of celebrating the 30 years. It's not yet Uhuru, but we need as many hands as we can get.
Sure.
We said Amandla, I thank you.
Absolutely. Let everyone pledge and dive straight in. Thank you.
Thank you.
The wonder of LG OLED TV with new intelligence. LG OLED TV.
Now, if you're a gamer, you have demanding performance requirements, and LG C9 OLED isn't just the perfect companion when watching the latest TV shows or films, it's also the best way to become lost in an engrossing adventure.
Are you a gamer, Pally?
I am not. I'm not a gamer, but I've got brothers who are, and they always are complaining about, you know, wanting to be straight into all the action.
Yeah, I'm not a
Can't
gamer, I'm
relate.
just a player. But the LG C9 OLED range features response times of just 1 millisecond, meaning that the gap between your interaction on a remote or a controller and what you'll see on screen is nearly non-existent, like it happens like that. So with 4K HDR, gaming experiences, along with your favorite TV programming, will look sharper, richer, and more detailed than ever before. Available in 77-inch, 65-inch, and 55-inch options, the LG C9 OLED is the ultimate media companion.
The wonder of LG OLED TV with new intelligence. LG OLED TV.
Fashion, decor, and lifestyle blogger Anya Winters' other greatest love is her whimpered Maya. Now, this is a gorgeous rescue dog with just 3 legs instead of 4, and she is as avid a walker as any other dog out there. Welcome to the loft, you two.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness, what a precious pup. I already see the bond and the relationship that you guys have. How did Maya come into your life?
So we adopted her I think we adopted her in March 2019, so she's only been with us for a few months. And yeah, we just found her on an organization on Facebook, and I just reached out to them and I asked, you know, I'm very interested in adopting her, and yeah, then she's now ours and we love her, so yeah.
I can already see that Maya is such a good dog. I mean, is this Maya on a daily? How's her personality like?
This is pretty much her every day. Oh, she's hiding now. No, her personality took a while to actually come out. So when we adopted her, she was quite reserved and shy. And then, you know, we took her to the park like 2 weeks after we adopted her. And it was the most magical thing ever. We saw her run for the first time. There was a dog that came there. The dog's name is Laika. It's still one of her best friends. And this dog just brought out this amazing side to her. And to see her run like that, I can't describe it to you. It was just an amazing feeling. And since then, we now know her real personality, which is actually, it includes her stealing a lot of food in our house. Yes,
Maya's
all the
a naughty
time.
little pup.
Yes, she's an expert thief, but she's a very sweet dog. Yeah.
Oh, she looks so sweet, and I think that it's just the ability to be in a safe home. I can only imagine it's the closest likelihood to watching your child take their first step.
Definitely.
And how do you treat Maya? I know that some people reward their pets by treats, and some pet owners, depending on what you want the pet to do, then they treat, you know.
Yeah, well, we do give her treats, obviously, because I mean, she's just an amazing dog. But I think most dogs, you know, like, she doesn't really do a lot of tricks. So the one thing we like to treat her for is just being absolutely cute. So when I see her look cute, I'm like, you can get a treat for that and that kind of thing. Yeah. So.
But then, is there a difference then between spoiling your pup and just giving it love and affection and attention?
I don't know, actually, I think we just do both, yeah. We just give her treats and we just give her all the love we can, so.
And I can see that she's so attached to you. And I think that it's that relationship, that establishing trust again in the pup to make sure that they're able to go out there and be able to socialize accordingly, don't you think?
Definitely.
Yeah. So I hear that you guys went on a little excursion, on a little venture, and we definitely put Maya to the test to see if she would respond to Anya with or without treats. Take a look at this.
Maya's loving owner embraces her situation by calling her whippet a thrippet. Filled with boundless energy of her four-legged friends, she is open to commands when incentivized.
She definitely does her own thing. She has a lot of friends that she's always playing with. And I think if you have treats in your hand, she might come to you.
Would a call from Anya coupled with a pedigree treat do the trick?
Maya!
That was looking like Maya 1, Anya 0.
Maya!
Even an independent woman has a soft spot for the right kind of treat. Whatever the results of the day's test, our dogs are always good in our eyes because we love them so much.
I think it went well, actually. I mean, I thought that she might just run away from me the whole time and not come back. But, I mean, even just seeing the pedigree treats made her come back to me, which is great.
How precious seeing your little trippet out there playing with other dogs. I mean, how has she been able to socialize in such environments and especially with giving healthy treats?
Well, she is a very social dog, and that also means that when she's out and about with her friends, she's like a teenager, she doesn't listen to me. So we often use the treats just to recall her, and yeah, that's where it's great to have healthy treats because obviously you're going to give her a lot of treats in the park, and the pedigree tasty bites are great for that because they contain vitamins and minerals and omega-3, so I don't feel too bad about giving her so many treats when we're out there.
We all love a good and healthy snack. Thank you so much, Anya. And thank you so much, Maya. So well behaved, our one-to-one. Now packed with your dog's favorite flavors. The new range of pedigree treats are the perfect way to reward your special furry friend.
So are you a fabulous foodie, or do you dream of being on TV? Do you dream of being in this fabulous kitchen cooking alongside myself or Palesa? Well, look no further. Still to come on Afternoon Express, we give you all the details how you could enter a fantastic competition on a brand new show to become the brand new foodie on Afternoon Express. Plus, we whip up something really tasty in the kitchen. It's time to shine with Bic Soleil razors. You can win one of 5 Bic Soleil Shine Essential Packs worth 5,000 Rand. Check out Bic Soleil on Facebook and @Bic_SA on Instagram and complete the weekly self-care challenges to enter. For your chance at one of those 5,000 Rand prizes, get your shine with Bic Soleil. Competition closes October the 31st. T's and C's apply.
Making an occasion out of a meal. The perfect atmosphere, even a show-stopping ensemble, is the level of taste that makes someone a taste master. That's SA's newest reality show on SABC3, where one individual will become the resident foodie on Afternoon Express. Record yourself preparing a dish. Tell us why you're a taste master and upload it onto Twitter or Instagram using the hashtag #TasteMasterSA. You could be the Taste Master.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. So this is what I'm imagining, okay? Brad Pitt in Fight Club, beautiful little apron, incredible cook. Okay, basically, we're looking for the perfect resident chef to join Palesa and I from Monday to Friday at 5 p.m. on our fabulous show, our very own connoisseur of opulence and taste. So if you've got the instinct for perfect ingredients or the flair for fun to join us and join in on this amazing, prestigious kitchen, then enter the brand new premium reality show called The Taste Master SA on SABC3.
Jeannie, I think that you should become a judge because you definitely have such a keen eye for food and you know what's potting in this kitchen,
Yeah,
right?
I've got a keen eye for snacks.
Some delicious snacks, might I add. Now listen, you have to enter by simply recording yourself preparing a dish and tell us why you are the perfect taste master. Make sure to upload it on Twitter or Instagram with the hashtag #TheTasteMasterSA.
Okay, but you've done this before.
Yes.
So what advice do you have for potential foodies who are going
First
to
of
enter?
all, yes, you have to have good food knowledge.
Yeah.
Key.
Good judge.
Good judge, yeah, a good judge, of course. But more than anything, personality. Give us that flair. Make us fall in love with your food before we even taste it.
And your abs. Just saying.
Classic, the creamy taste that takes you back. Made with love by Clover.
With the smooth, creamy taste of Clover Classic, there's no limit with what you can create in the kitchen. Now, we reckon that Clover Classic's the perfect accompaniment to our veggie fritters. SMS the keyword Clover to 33650 to get the recipe sent to your device. SMSs cost R1.50 and free SMSs do not apply. Now, Chef Roo, as we mentioned at the top of the show and me and Jeannie just dived in, we're looking for someone who's going to stand beside me just like you are today and create magic. So what do you have for us?
So we've got a lot of vegetables here. A lot of root vegetables like your carrots, potatoes. So we're just going to add those in our bowl.
Some root vegetables with Chef Roo.
Like that. So we're making a snack, and we're snacks right here.
Absolutely. So you're adding the...
added carrot. We've got some courgette, zucchini.
That looks like some zucchini to me, girl.
Those are radishes.
Do we put that in right now as well?
All of that in.
Okay.
So radishes are quite peppery sometimes, and they bring a crunch to the dish. Spring onion, some parsley, and then we've got some flour.
Okay, stunning.
And we're going to add an egg.
And then you make sure that you
mix
just
it all up.
Incorporate all of that. And then whilst you're doing that, am I able to add some spices to the mix?
So we've got some smoked paprika, which is smoky, really nice version of paprika. And then we've got some cumin, which adds an earthy flavor to our fritters.
Okay.
And then I'll add some salt and pepper.
So, Chef Roo, what do you think it takes to be in this Afternoon Express kitchen? Because it's not all glitz and glam, let me tell you. We put in some hard-working hours here to give our people the best recipes ever.
So I think you just, like you said, personality, and you need to love food. I mean, what kind of person wouldn't love food?
Absolutely. So
we've got some ginger there.
I'm going to just add a little bit of everything.
Chili. Yes, thank you.
Continue mixing that. And whilst those flavors are incorporated quite well, we've already preheated our stove here. It is hot. It is ready for action. And once you've incorporated everything, you can just put a dollop of olive oil.
Just a little bit.
Okay, nothing, not much.
Not much. And then we're going to add our fritters now.
Okay, is there any specific way to shape them or mold them? Or you can just...
you want those crispy edges. So it's just going to be as is. Flatten it a little bit.
Stunning. I just want to use this to kind of distribute the oil evenly on the pot.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That's why you're here.
I got you. Chef's aid.
So you just want to make that a little flat.
Okay.
And with vegetables, you don't want to cook them for a long time. So 5 minutes on each side is enough.
5 minutes on each side. So this is quite a quick, simple, easy recipe to try whether you want to snack, whether you want to add, of course, to your main meal. These are definitely delicious, crispy, and golden brown to perfection.
Definitely.
Okay.
So now we're going to make a creamy dip with our Clover Classic. So the dip is just going to cool down all of those spices and chili that we've put in. We're going to put in there.
So you've got some Clover Classic in there.
We've got some mint.
Ooh, nice mint. Okay, cool.
And parsley again.
Parsley. And I see that you've also added some
lemon juice.
Beautiful lemon juice.
Citrus flavors go really well with our cumin that we've added over there.
Nice.
So once that comes together, that doesn't really take long to come together. You can have a taste.
I definitely will have a taste. I'm just going to break off some because I know everyone in studio right now is dying to try this. Delicious, easy, simple and quick. Remember to SMS the keyword Clover to 33650 to get this recipe sent to your device. But for now, here's a little taste from me whilst you watch a quick recap. Delicious.
Made with love by Clover.
Clover Classic, the creamy taste that takes you back. Made with love by Clover.
So Andrew Newman is an award-winning author and founder of the Conscious Bedtime Story Club. His work focuses on the importance of the last 20 minutes of a child's day that facilitates parent and child connections. So some of his books are titled The Elephant Who Tried to Tiptoe and How Diablo Became a Spirit. Each book is a practical way in which parents can foster impactful relationships with their children, specifically through storytelling. So welcome, Andrew, to the studio.
Thanks for having me.
You occupy quite an interesting space in the literary world. Why children's stories? How did you come about doing that?
Well, I come from a therapeutic and healing background, and all of the grown-ups are dealing with problems that started before they were 6 years old. So I thought, let's work down to that level and see if we can help both parent and child. And story is this magical way of taking us into worlds where we can learn new things easily and effortlessly.
That's so interesting, because recently the Constitutional Court obviously said that spanking is now illegal, and there were so many angry people on Twitter, and someone wrote, well, spanking obviously didn't work, look how angry you all are. So there's obviously lots of different ways of communicating. So how do you teach communication through your writing?
Right, well, I mean, to speak to that Constitutional Court, it's our job as adults to learn how to work and relate and finesse difficult moments like that with skillfulness rather than with a hard hand.
Exactly.
And so the stories help in that, because each of the stories cultivate a calmness. We start story time with 4 simple breaths that are called the snuggle breathing meditation. And what I love about this is, even if you don't pick up my books, you can pick up that snuggle breathing meditation, practice it and connect more deeply with your kids. When we calm like that, then our relationships improve and the kids get to go to sleep feeling safe, loved and like they belong.
So I don't have any children, but I've got a 3-year-old goddaughter, and twice a week I go and I do bath time and bedtime with her, and we read 3 stories, and then I've got to sing her a song. Shame, she thinks I can sing. And then I sing her a song before bedtime, and it's such an important time for me to connect with her. That's our bonding time. You did a TED Talk, and you focused on the last 20 minutes of a child's day. Why 20 minutes, and what happens in the last 20 minutes of a child's day?
Our kids are integrating their experiences from the day. Now, they're much younger than us. For them, a small event, might be really big inside them. And if it's been a difficult event, then your connection, your love, your connection is all that they really need to help metabolize that. If you've been to sleep on an argument before, you'll know you wake up on an argument the next day.
I have nightmares,
Right, you spend 8 hours arguing just just inside yourself. So what we want to do is we want to set kids up so that they feel that calmness as they go to sleep. They spend their 8 hours in calmness. When they wake up, they're confident, they've got their self-esteem.
Yeah. I saw there's a school in Japan that teaches children from a young age to meditate, and I think that's exactly what you're saying with your snuggle breathing. That's a good idea. Okay, what kind of themes do your books tackle?
Well, on the meditative one, there's the boy who searched for silence. He goes looking for silence out in the world, finds it when he falls inwards into himself. Here we've got the hug who got stuck. A little hug coming out of the hug factory in the middle of the heart, gets caught in the web of sticky thoughts. So we're helping kids to stay connected with their heart. We've got, I know, right?
So beautiful. How many kids do you have?
I don't have kids yet.
Oh, well, you need to get on it. You'll be an amazing dad.
Thank you.
Where do you come up with the ideas for your stories?
Well, many of them feel to me like they're divine inspiration. When I'm watching the world around me, I go, oh, here's an idea that I can see thematically. We're all struggling with the head-heart dilemma. We're all going to search for silence at some stage. The elephant who tried to tiptoe, not being herself, compares herself to all the other animals. Now, who hasn't done that, right? It's just so common.
Yeah, tell me about some of the others. I'm so fascinated. I love this.
How Diablo Became Spirit is a true South African story. It's based off an animal whisperer documentary that many people have watched on YouTube, and it's a story about a big black leopard who doesn't feel like he's called the right name, which was Diablo. It means the devil. And once they realized this about him and could help him rehome and settle by giving him a name that affirmed his true nature, which was Spirit.
That's so beautiful. And it's also so important to read to a child before bed. I heard that when you do read to a child before bed, you must point to the words so that they start getting familiar with the words, that they learn to read quicker, apparently. I mean, I know from all my children. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you, a great pleasure, and I really enjoy those last 20 minutes with your little ones.
Yeah, all of the information on your books and how people can get hold of your books will be on our website. That's afternoonexpress.co.za. Get them, support local, and they really are beautiful, beautiful, well-written stories. So join us after the break as we meet Princess Lutendo Letsi.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now it's time for our self-care series brought to you by Big Soleil. With summer fast approaching, everyone is chasing that African butter glow that we've all come to know all too well. And this is all thanks to the likes of social media. The pressure is on. Flawless skin, however, can take a turn for the worst with something as simple as the wrong aftershave routine. So someone who knows all about this very, very well is businesswoman and yoga instructor Kafowi Aunor. Now she sits on the couch to share some insights on what she does to ensure that she's got that African glow, smooth skin, pop in hair. Welcome to the loft.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Now, Kafowi, a lot of people kind of get this wrong, and I don't know why. I mean, why is it so important to ensure that our skin doesn't break out or get irritated after shaving?
Well, I think we try to combat it in quite a harsh way.
Yeah.
So instead of being gentle with the skin, because it gets irritated after shaving, so I would say the last thing you do is combat it with, for example, harmful alcohols. So it actually inflames the skin. So instead, using things that soothe and calm the skin down make more sense.
But Kafowi, I heard that if you have ingrown hairs, you basically need to stop the pore from opening. So that's where the alcohol comes in, just by closing up those pores. But you're saying that this is actually harmful and will do more hurt.
So the thing is, ingrown hairs happen.
Okay.
One of the reasons why they happen is, for example, because the skin is thick and there's actually a layer of dead skin cells on the skin. So, for example, if you are exfoliating well, you have less chance of ingrown hairs. So then you have less need to combat it with harmful chemicals and preservatives. So what I would suggest instead is using products that actually help your skin produce the natural oils that they need to produce, so that you have less issues when you shave.
Absolutely, and then it can just heal itself.
Exactly.
So what does a good skincare routine look like, or rather an aftershave routine look like?
So the first thing is actually exfoliating on a regular basis. So getting a nice exfoliator for the skin, making sure that the products that you use don't clog the pores, as I said before, and really allowing the skin and helping the skin to do what it would do in its natural habitat, when it doesn't have too many influences from the outside, not too many, for example, foods that you eat or lack of hydration.
Oh, wow.
All
Does
of those
food
things.
also play a part in all of this?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So our skin is our biggest organ. So whatever you take in, your skin reflects out. So if you are not hydrating, if you're not eating correctly, if you're not taking care of it in general, then it will reflect on the outside.
Oh, I've learned so much. I'm definitely going to change the way in which I do my skincare routine. And especially because a lot of the time you start shaving at such a young age, you kind of don't know what you're doing. You pick up bad habits, and then 10 years later, you have to heal scars that might never had to have occurred. Thank you so much, Kafowi. We really appreciate it.
Absolute pleasure.
Now, I guess it's safe to say that maintaining that glowing shine straight after a good shave is as easy as ABC, with the right product in hand, as well as following the safest shaving and post-shave routine. Now, right now, however, is your time to shine too with Big Soleil disposable razors. Now, these are available at your local leading retailers nationwide. Now, don't miss out after the break, because we've got an incredible chat, of course, with Princess Luthenda Letsi straight after the break.
Make this summer your time to shine with Big Soleil.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1. Okay. 1, 2. No. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. I hope that you're having a beautiful afternoon. Now, this phenomenal woman has been a voice of reason and hope for so many voiceless women and children across the country.
Through Princess Lutendo's poetry comes a voice that cries out for justice, freedom, and the right for all women and children to be able to live without fear. Welcome to the Loft, Princess.
Thank you so much.
And not only are you royalty, but you're coming with such a royal message, something that is so precious and something that a lot of people kind of take for granted and think that this is the norm. Everyone should know not to abuse. But you've decided to sit down and put pen to paper. Talk to me about your journey.
I decided to do poetry. The main reason being that I want to be the voice to the voiceless, and again I want to be a lyric to those people who don't have a chance to voice out, you know, especially women, because women are going through challenges, a lot of things, you know, and some of them, they don't have that chance where they can voice out, or they don't know where to get help and all that. And because of whatever that they encounter in their lives, it has make most women to even forget about themselves, who they are, the strength they carry. So I want to be that voice that reminds women who they are, that they can, and they must never despise themselves.
You know, one of my favorite people and authors and poets of all time is Maya Angelou, and she often reiterates the power of words, how powerful words are. They can hurt more than anything physical, and they can also grow and make you feel more than anything physical can. I always think it's such a gift to be able to put so much feeling into words and to be able to find words to describe something.
Yes.
How did you start to write? Because it's quite a cathartic, you know, what a beautiful process. What a gift to be able to do it.
I believe I was born a writer.
Yeah.
You know why I'm saying this? Because I remember when I was still young, if I got emotional or I'm angry or happy or whatever, I'll always take a pen and paper. Pen and paper has been my friend for as long as I can remember. And again, you know, there were times where, when I'm sitting, you know, it will be kind of like, you know, the spirit of writing will just come over.
Oh, I wish that could happen to me.
And then I'll take a pen and paper and words will be flowing and I'll just be writing, you know. So I was born with it.
Let me tell you, of all the gifts in the world, that's the one that I wish I had. Oh, I think it's incredible.
There's something so special about being able to articulate yourself, not only verbally, but also in the written form. And I think that it's something that a lot of people are overlooking, especially in the social media generation, where everything is just about double tapping pictures. And we need to find a way of expressing. I mean, what else do you write about? What other topics move you?
I write about challenges that women come across. I write about women. I'm passionate about women. However, I also do write about anything that comes, like I'm saying, that spirit comes in. So, or whatever that gets me emotional, I do write about it. But I focus more on women because I think that there's more in women than any.
What do you want the impact of your words to be? What do you want the impact of your words to be? Like, what do you want to see happen with women reading and the change to come from your words?
I want to see women empowered. I want to see women realizing their worth, realizing how far they can go, because they are so gifted. They are multi-talented, multi-skilled, they are multifunctional, you know. Like, you know, they say, if you give a woman a house, she turns it into a home, you know. A woman has got this special thing that God has given her, that, you know, she can do anything. So I believe so much in women, and that's why I am this voice of those women who can't voice out, so that they can realize who they are and they can get up and stand up and do it. And again, I want we as women to unite and work hand in hand, because I believe that together we can.
Absolutely. And you're pregnant at the moment. I hope you're having a daughter. Because what a great message, and what a beautiful mother you're going to be.
Absolutely. I think that there's something so special about the process of writing. And we're about to hear your incredible poem that you wrote, titled Stop Women Abuse. I mean, you can head over to our performance area whilst we get ready, of course, to...
Can we take you? Yeah, I'll go with you.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, whilst we're getting ready to just hear the incredible words of Princess Lutendo, head over to our social media platforms. Go to Twitter, go to Instagram, go to Facebook. Let's spread the message, of course, of anti-violence, it being the 2nd of October. Now, as we have said, as we have prepared you for the incredibly powerful words of Princess Lutendo Letsi with her poem titled Stop Women Abuse.
From the first man, she was crafted, multi-talented, multi-skilled, multifunctional, strong, beautiful, smart, determined, fixed on victories that lies just out of her reach until she gets to them. Her calves bear the load, her eyes squints past the pain, her heart endures the rain, her lips speak peace. She is a woman. But like a thief, you came and mercilessly cut her life short with knives, kicks, fists, and gun. You inflicted more pain and sorrow in her fragile body and emotion than she can bear. Why is dismantling her crown, beauty, and talent your mission? Why is stripping her of her confidence your commission and joy? Don't you desire a better world? Enough about abuse. I say enough about abuse. Her vigor and tenacity builds nations. Her strength is the pillar of every home. But why do you take delight in torturing her, killing her, abusing her, and treating her like a trash? Oh, our beautiful country, what have you become? Oh, South Africa, where violence seems to be the way of life, where your sons and daughters are killing each other like it's Armageddon. Umutambuzerani mufumakazi, umutambuzerani iwe munna, karifarane, rive chitu chitihi sa lushaka, ndiyone ri tshi ḓo bvelela.
Wow, absolutely
Don't
brilliant.
they click when it's poetry? I think we're clicking. Princess Lutendo, come over, come join us. No, I'm joking. I just feel like I can't do enough without your presence next to me. Jeannie, that was such a
Thank you so much. It was so powerful. Really, really beautiful. Thank you so much at home for joining us. Hope you had a glorious afternoon. And of course, tomorrow it's a fashion showcase with designer Lara Klavakowski. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. Until then, good night and God bless. Ciao.
Afternoon Express, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.